Today I want to talk about converting a thermostat from a battery powered to a common power. I think one of the worst service calls I like to go on is if it's a T-stat in an apartment that the batteries are low on, and it's still run off batteries. Any system can be converted over to common power if you just know how to do it. And today I kind of wanted to go over how to convert a thermostat from batteries over to common power. This one, of course, is on. Batteries are in there. The disadvantage of batteries, of course, is the cost of the batteries. You know, it's not a huge cost, but I mean, it is cost. The work order to go change them, we have to look at that cost. The other thing is it gives you a false, when something goes wrong with the system and the batteries are in it, when it's common wired, it is more, it's a little bit faster to diagnose the problem when you come up on it and the T-stat's dead. You kind of automatically know that you've got a problem in the air handler, either power or something to do up in there. It just makes it a little bit faster to diagnose. The first thing you want to do, now hopefully it's not something that you can do every time, but most, I would say 90% of the time you can convert it. The things that will happen is if, and I'll take this off, this is a battery, kind of disconnected it already from the wall. Here's the batteries, take them out. You should always, most of the time we've got an extra line, an extra T-stat line. If you don't, hopefully, usually air handlers right here, you can always run, you just need one line. In this case, I've got a spare black, and what I'm going to do, since I've got a spare black, go ahead and hook it up. It goes in the C, that's it for common. Hook that up. Now I've already done the inside at the air handler, and basically what I've done is just refresh everybody's memory on the transformer, the step-down transformer. This is kind of where we're going to get our power from. It starts, of course, one line goes to your red on your thermostat. That's your hot. That gives your constant power to the thermostat. The other line, if you follow it, it usually goes to a sequencer. The sequencer then follows, that's your common, that's called your common line, that's common wire, and it goes to a sequencer. So if you follow the wire going to the sequencer, and sometimes it goes straight to the fan relay. If you look at these pins on the back down here, they're separate from the regular pins. This is your low voltage. This is usually where your line comes in over to your fan, and it's your controls. It's the low voltage. There's where you're going to pick up your common power. All you do is just, if you've got one this is a 4-pin for that. If you've got a 2-pin and you don't have room, you can get one of these stackables. Put this on here, you can then tie into it. But that's your common power. Get your T-stat wire, put a male connector on it, go up to your common. There's your black common. And that's what I've done up here. I'm not going to get into the air handler right now, but that's what I did. I went ahead and connected common up in the air handler at the fan relay. And what I'll do is let me take the batteries out of here. Put it on the wall. Turn my power on. Boom. You've now converted a thermostat from batteries to a common, and you've now eliminated the whole battery work order scenario. Again, there will be some times where you cannot necessarily do this, and that would be where you don't have an extra T-stat line, and you can't feed it. It may be in the wall and everything, and it's just not feasible. If you don't have an extra one and you can't feed a new line to it, then of course it's not feasible. But most of the time, you've got an extra wire in there, and it just takes some know-how to do it. Like I say, if you all have any questions on that, feel free to let me know.